So, where are we at? We are moving materials around still. I haven't had much time to do this lately, so it hasn't moved much. So we need liquid oxygen, we need steel, we need aluminum, and we need titanium. So we should be able to we'll get rid of the liquid oxygen today, and we'll probably work on like the aluminum or whatever. And see if we can get rid of that, as much of that as we can. And I'll hold my window here. I don't know why this is such large type. You can't see it, but it's my little box that has things. Okay, so we are where? We are actually at our landing pad. So we're gonna need to go to the galaxy and find ourselves some materials. The bookmark we're using is Baker. I don't know if it's near or far from our jump position. Looks like if I dodge that ship over there. Ooh, my pedal's a little wonky. Alright, works for me. Let me charge now. So yeah, no, I just haven't had time. I wonder where we are for population. Because I know if 22 comes on, which it should, because it is it's Friday, and it usually shows up on Friday. Oh god, that's right. Where's our population down there? I'm curious. So if I look up, what the hell is this thing doing? No. Yes. Thank you. Where's my system? No, colony. System, please. So, we're up to 800,000 people. I have almost 1 million people in my colony. It's actually pretty good, considering I haven't done anything. I've got no new facilities. It's actually really good. We've got up, what? 200,000 people? Since the last time I remember checking that. That'll make 22 happy. Because he's the one who's been really tracking my people. Now if I can get the local building up and running, where we can actually produce materials locally, production will go real fast. Because I don't have to bounce around systems. I'll go do it all locally, which would be a huge speed up in our capabilities. Now, in this case, we need to find Baker. Baker Prospect. I was almost dead on it. Almost dead on it. So we'll get the liquid oxygen out of here first. And then we'll start moving the other stuff. does the colonization of the area look like? I haven't looked. There's a few near us. It's more below us now. Yeah, they're going pretty far south now. You'd expect that, though. I mean, look how far down they're going now. It's crazy. But it's not like it's a long way in all reality. The people thought that 15 light years was going to be too short, but at this point, I bet you the bridge to Colonia is already made. And I know there are several groups working towards SAG-A, getting gas stations along the way. So you know that's happening. No, the uncolonized galaxy is going to become very small much faster than they think. People will be colonizing the galaxy very fast. Because you can have any number of colonies you want. So what you'll have are people building like green quick builds and outposts and stuff. And occasionally every few systems, a real station of some kind. Either a ground or an aerial one, probably ground one though. Because ground hubs that you can land at are cheaper. And they don't even have to actually build anything. They build a outpost, right? And then they start a project, but never actually finish the project. And it has large pads. And at large pads, you can repair and refuel at those building stations. So they build an outpost, start something else, and then move on to the next system. And you have a construction spot to repair and refuel at, because that's free, basically. No cost to build. And then they've got, the actual ownership there so they can place it. Now you're going to see literally the whole galaxy is going to be filled with outposts very quickly. And not much else. With the occasional station or decently built out system. All independent out in the black. And then what you're going to see is factions all of a sudden just start appearing out that far. I'm not even really sure how to bring a faction to an unfactioned system. I never looked into it. I should, so I could faction my system, but the only power play I've ever done is reinforcing what already existed. We are... I don't care. Go on to cruise. I still need to go do my empire level up. I can probably do that a couple of times. But I need to do my other ones because I want to be able to get the bigger ships at some point. But, you know, it's like I have a lot of time to play. Now with everything else I have going on, because, you know, I got tons of stuff going on. Which is rather sad, because, you know, means I don't have a lot of time. But it's okay, I guess. I come here, y'all can keep me company. Oh. Get off the ground. That was weird. So weird. And my shields came on really fast. I don't know. Wonder if they changed the rules again. They might have. Anything good here? Sport. Sure. Money. Money, money, money. Pay the bill. Always a good idea. Because it doesn't hurt to have friends. This gives you lots of reputation. Okay. Alright, so we need to buy liquid oxygen. I'll pick up all they got. But in full load of liquid oxygen, right? Yes, we do. Need a full load of liquid oxygen. Buy that. Alright. Now. Galaxy map. Auto launch. One thing that I don't like about this game is the lack of randomization. For example, the different landing bays. They either have, you know, all three of those fans have all of their blades, or the one on the left is missing blades. So what are there is no other option. It's kind of silly, but it's the way it works. Actually, I'm looking at my thingy here. I didn't see a YouTube test chat message. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the second one went through. The first one just didn't go through. Second one went through. And that message is going through. Okay. No. Okay. So, we've got messages. Just want to make sure that we have the ability to see if anyone actually tags me. Actually, no, I can see their messages. Let's pull that up real quick. Because I want to check. Let's make sure the streams are looking good. Because sometimes they get a little wonky and they're not, like, updating correctly. Nope. Twitch is looking good and YouTube's fine. Cool. Cool. Works for me. What do we got for music? Play. I don't care. Play music. Why is it not playing music? Apparently, Winamp died. Alright, we'll reload it. Winamp is probably my favorite music player, but it hasn't been maintained over the past few years, so it's got issues, which is such a shame. But even with issues, it's still my favorite music player. And mainly because it's actually a good player. The other ones that you have that are out there, like VLC and whatnot, aren't great. Like, VLC's fine for, like, watching a movie or playing some music, but it doesn't do playlists well. And it's like, that's like the one thing that a music player needs to do. It's part of why a lot of people have problems with, like, YouTube or Spotify as music players, is they tend to not always be the best actual music players, because they get caught in, like, loops of, like, 4 songs or whatever. It's as bad as a radio station sometimes. It's one of the downsides to YouTube. Like, I love YouTube, don't get me wrong. I have 3 channels on YouTube. 4 technically. We have 4 channels on YouTube. But the simple fact that YouTube is problematic in the way it serves up media and how hard it is to find things sometimes. That's the only downside to it. It's hard to find stuff. I said we're going to be on for a little while tonight, but I don't know how long we're going to be on. We'll see how it goes. If we get people talking in chat, then, yeah, we'll see how that works out. It's just the way it works. I said if we get some people talking, we'll hang out. We'll actually stay on longer. If not, we'll be on hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. move some cargo around. And then tomorrow, we'll do the same thing, but we'll be doing, Martyr. We'll be back over there, working on the war zone for Martyr. And seeing how far we can get on that. The goal is to try and get to 90. Get to level 90 tomorrow. So we're at 85, I think, now. Which is where our level is. I don't know if we'll actually be able to get to 90. Because it's going to get real hard real quick. Because we're not, over 90 yet. We'll have to see. Let's see how it works out. So weird because when you're on this small moon, it feels like, 3 million meters is like super fast. But in reality, it's the same whether it's a big planet or a small planet. It just feels like more. Like it comes in faster when you're on a small planet. And it feels like it takes longer to get there on a large planet. It's kind of strange. And yeah, this should be closer to Derp. We'll see. We're on a 3-to-1 incline. We're at 24%. I don't know if it's going to be enough or if it's going to be too shallow. But we'll see. We're drifting more than we're used to, too. Look at that drift. It's drifting more. We're not coming in half as strong as we usually do. I don't know. A little too shallow. That's the fun stuff. Yeah, we're working on the boosters billing. It just takes time to get there. We're only a couple K out, so it's not bad. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know what this thing's issue was before. We're running dry and it's like, I'm gonna crash into the ground. And we'll see if it does it again. Let me go back. It's the easy stuff. Easy peasy, land of the facility. That's what we do. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, we have lots of time today. And we'll see how it goes. 460. So, next one is the last of the liquid oxygen. Ugh. I was going to forward past this music, and I decided to queue on a different window. It's like, why? Why? Hope I didn't do anything to that window. No, it didn't. Something I was doing for one of the other channels. Because I have to get some new music uploaded by Monday, I think it is. And I need to get the next TV show up for later in the month. Those take longer because sometimes I have to edit them. Like I have to edit out adverts or do some cleanup on it because there's some artifacting or whatever. Because a lot of what I broadcast is old shows and old movies. And because of that, I have to kind of worry about, that kind of stuff. And then I have to do, I have to upload them slowly, because if I do a TV show, and I upload, say 10 shows at once, like I normally would, but it turns out that the title track of music or whatever is blocked on YouTube. Then I have to reevaluate if I want to re-upload the show without the title track, without the credits or whatever, or with it muted or something. Most of the shows that have a section of it that's blocked, okay, fine, I just move on to the next show. Because I have other shows that I can upload that don't have those types of issues. And because of that, the ones that do, I don't worry about. I'll come back to those later. Final destination. So we'll get the liquid oxygen out of here, and then I'll start moving aluminum, I guess. We need 6,000 aluminum, 5,000 titanium, and 10,000 steel. So it's 23... 22? Yeah, 22... I'm sorry, 23,000 tons left. And we do 700 tons a trip. So it's 10, 20, about 30 trips left. And depending on how long I actually stay online, depends on how many hours it is. But it's usually about, I don't know, with this new station being significantly closer, but I have to do a clock check. Because, not exactly sure how long it's taking us to do these. But if we're taking around 10-15 minutes per trip, so let's say 15 minutes per trip, that's 4 an hour. If we're really doing 4 an hour, then 30 trips is 8 hours, 9 hours, somewhere on there. Which the stations we had before, it was closer to 3 an hour. So on that note, you're looking at about 10 hours, which isn't too bad. It's still not bad, but it is a lot. It's a lot of time when you can consider fixing up a TV show to post. It takes me between 1 and 3 hours per episode to prep it and format it if I have to make changes. Oh, and I don't have to make changes too, because I actually had a clean burn on it. That's a different category. Those are solid, so I can put those up back right away. But it's still, 15-20 minutes to burn it and then upload it and then do the any editing I have to do on YouTube or whatever. What the hell was that? What? Dropping too close. What? Okay. Elite Dangerous is being really messed up today. Now it's claiming I'm too close. Too close to the planet. Or I'm too fast, or... What the hell? every time they make changes to fucking ED, drives me flippin' nuts. Because I'll be going as physically slow as possible. And I'll say, oh, you're going too fast. Or you're too close to the planet surfer. Or you're too deep. And I'm like, I'm negative 50. And it says negative 60 is too deep. And I was like, no, you're too deep at negative 50. It's like, what? It's so weird what Elite Dangerous does sometimes. I don't get it. They change stuff and it's like all of a sudden the math doesn't work out anymore. You have to refigure out how they've changed the math. It's like stupid. Because they tweaked it for something. Which probably didn't matter anyway. In all honesty. Let's see what it causes me to do this time. Okay, there's our derp from cruise. Now we're gliding. Came in at 4K, clean as a whistle. This time it actually came down correctly. So weird. So weird. It doesn't make any bloody sense. What do we have here? Everything sounds good. Trying to figure out what's gonna sound good today. Alright, so for oxygen, LO2, we need 460 tons. Oops, 460 tons of LO2. And then I need some aluminum. It's the next one we need. Yeah, see, I can sell aluminum at Hughes for a profit. So back home, people were wanting to do trades. I'm not as profitable as one of the other ones, but if you want space station, I'm the most profitable space station in range. And then Health Prospect is my other station, is a producer. That's actually interesting. I wonder how much they produce. Huh. Honestly, it says that Health Prospect is producing. I wonder how much it produces. Because if it's producing a significant amount, then I'll be able to do it even faster because we'll do it locally. At least some of it local would be good. Yeah, I know. Makes you wonder how much is actually being produced over at Prospect. Because Health Prospect is the outpost. So what I'll do is I'll drop this load off. I'll swap the ships out. We'll check to see what's being produced inside of Enterprises, the master mining station. And then, so we'll drop off the cargo, we'll run over to Hughes, drop it off there, drop the ship off, trade out for the T7. Or T8. T8. We'll stop out for the T8 cargo. And then, check out what House Prospect has for cargo wise. And if it's got a lot of what we need, I'll shuttle that down because we'll do that real quick. Because that's only a few K out. That's same planets in the system. So they're only a few K apart. Only a few KOS apart, at most. I haven't looked at my system in a while to see what it's actually producing these days. I just got so used to everybody else just having to buy everything from everybody else because I wasn't producing much. But we might be producing a decent amount of minerals now. If that's the case, I'm able to get some of this stuff out of the way real quick. Like some aluminum, titanium, and steel, I might be able to get a couple of K or more in system. Now, I do want to do high-tech. Start targeting some high-tech stuff, which we don't really have in our area. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drop this stuff off at the planetary hub. Then I'll go check out what we're producing in Hughes. And then we'll check out what we're doing about Health Prospect. And see what we've got going on there. Because it might turn out to be a really good thing to do. I don't know, I gotta see if I saw a widget at some point that would allow me to put like the number of viewers on Twitch and YouTube on the screen. And I really don't have that many, honestly. I think we've got total like 4 people watching. Maybe 3. Not a whole lot watching for this one. And this is not doing anything interesting. I'm doing cargo runs for my system, and this is not quote unquote new to anybody anymore. We've been doing this for about 6 months now, And because we've had these cargo runs for these new systems for 6 months, everyone's seeing a lot of it. You know, I've seen a lot of people build out systems, some good, some bad, some well designed, some like, we're just popping up stations every 2 seconds, and we're going somewhere. And they're using carriers to do it. Honestly, carriers are only, at this point, carriers are only really good until people get stations wherever they're going. Because once they can start building stations everywhere, honestly, it's going to be hard somewhere in the galaxy to find an area that does not have a line of stations out to it. Like, every little nebula will have a line of stations out to it, and it'll spatter off to the local nebulas around it until the next line gets out there. That's exactly what you're going to see. And because they can use their local stations and the carriers to build all the resources they need, all they need is asteroid belts or whatever nearby. You need somewhere to mine the resources. And then, as long as they have somewhere to mine the resources, they're good to go, really. You left, fast forward. Yeah, around. This sounds like somebody here on Skyrim. It's not. Sounds like it though. We'll drop this load off. We'll go to Hughes, change out for the T8, see what Hughes has. Bring that down here. Bring all that down. Take off and head over to Health Prospect. See what they have. Because I see no point in leaving Hughes empty-handed. If it's got what I need. I can't guarantee it's going to have any aluminum, steel, or titanium on board. But no, it's got a lot of them, all three. I'll just show it back with this one. I said, because it's the three of the very, very common materials, I might actually have it locally. Not necessarily, 10,000 of each that we need, but it is possible we might actually have the resources in system. Not everything's had time to start actually build up and ramp up. We'll have to wait and see. I just like to upgrade Health Prospect to have a large pad. There's one. That's all I care about is one large pad. But can't have a large pad in an outpost. It'd be a great upgrade. It'd be worth the cost. In real life, I'd do it. I'd have them add a large pad. Even just a touch and go pad. That one that actually, where you can maintain the ship, where you just land, load, unload, and leave. So it's not actually enclosed. Even if it wasn't an enclosable pad, like these are, like these here. Which is a place you can land, unload, and go away. I'd be okay with that. So, LO2 is done. Aluminum is 194. Okay. So we're gonna auto launch. Get ourselves into orbit here. And then head over to Hughes. Once we're at Hughes, we'll see how good life is. Works for me. Alright, give me Hughes. Where's Hughes at? Oh god, where's Hughes at? It's easy to overlook. There's House Prospect. I can't land there. Where's Hughes? There's Hughes. Ow, that's smuggling. Now, what I haven't done is like combat missions or anything locally. I haven't done like any actual missions in my own system, which is slightly sad. I really should. I really should. I really need to work up my my local factions. And I've got them high enough now that I don't get, you know, rogue pilots or whatever trying to harass me. But it is what it is. Like I said, we're going here, and we'll see what House Prospects got, because that's like right next door. That's within that 1K, alas. But I want to get the industrial built up, so I can start building high-tech stuff. I know I keep saying it, but I don't have time. And considering what I've been doing lately, just haven't had the time. So annoying. It really is super annoying to not have the time to do what you want to do. Or do what you need to do. Well, like I said, right now we have... What do we have going on in the other channels? So, on my other channels, I have... On the music channel, we're currently... doing what? What album are we doing now? So on the music channel, which is almost done, we're doing K-On. We're doing the first album from K-On. There's like 3 or 4 in that series, but I'm only doing one for now. See how it does, and it's not doing well. So I'm not gonna do another album from them. Over on the TV channel, we still doing Zone of the Enders? Yes. I think? Yes, we're still doing Zone of the Enders. So we're still doing Zone of the Enders. And, Oh, let's give you a little preview what we got going on here. After some of the enders, we have Alatsuki. And then we're doing the one I'm currently working on for that channel. So that's good to the end of the month, Ramasuki, but I'm currently working on that, the one that goes on after that. But I do need to get the new music album queued up, because what I was going to use, I can't use, so, because like most of the songs are blocked on YouTube, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. I gotta find a new album to play. We'll see how that works out. Kind of cutting the line on that one. I'm trying not to miss days on either channel. But when you've got to worry about copyright and such, that's what you got. It's the way it works. It's unfortunate. It is true, though. It's tragic, but it is true. It's very true. Alright. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so fuel us up. Let's go to Starport Services. We're going to go to commodities here. What do we have for sale? They have some LNG, or LNG, LO2, only 300, so that wouldn't have been enough to finish us off anyway. Need hydrogen? I got lots of hydrogen. I also have lots of cobalt. My God, I got a lot of cobalt. I have no clue what cobalt's used for. None, but God, do I have a lot of it. Silver, gold, indium, some copper, lots of minerals, bauxite, sierranite. I said, House Prospect buys a lot of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change ships. Go to the mission board. No, go to the ships. I want to go to ships. And I'm going to grab my T8, which is a medium pad. And what we're going to do is Starport Services. And because I want to check the mission board real quick. What do we got? Nothing. Alright, back up. So, go to the cargo market. What can I make a lot of over in our system? Let's see. Down. So I can take. I got semiconductors now. I didn't realize I actually have semiconductors. So I know I have semiconductors. I only have 39 of them. But it's just that I have semiconductors in my system. And I have evacuation shelters. These are things that we need. Agri. Let's see. It's down. Okay. Cobalt. I don't need cobalt. Don't need that. Don't need that. So I can grab the indium. 22,790, 729. 22. What? Okay. I don't know how that's an ink. So like this one here is actually consumed by. So that one gives us about 1,000 increase. This one gives us 7,000? 6,000? No, 5,000. It's 5,000 increase. This one is about 2. That's about 3. That one's about 1. 3. Bit over 1. So yeah, no, this is the best one. So I'll do is I'll grab a load of this. And then we'll launch, shoot over to Health Prospect. Drop this off. And once you drop this off, we'll pick up some resources from there to take down to the planet. As if there may not be that much there, but we'll check it out. Because I honestly don't know what it looks like. I didn't realize I was making so much cobalt. It's stupid how much cobalt I'm making. We need to use for cobalt in this system. That is a crazy amount of cobalt. No! I know it's in cooldown. I pumped the button. Well, that's right. I don't have the auto nav thingamabugger in this one. I don't have super cruise. I've got a landing and auto takeoff, but I don't have super cruise. I forgot about that. Because I don't have the super cruise. I have to manually fly. But it does give you more cargo space. Because I don't really have a lot of cargo space, a lot of modules to spare for cargo. I mean, I could drop this 4 rack. I think that's pretty much what I'd have to do. I'd have to look at it in configuration mode, but I think that's what I have to do is I'd have to drop like the 4 cargo rack or whatever. That's like the only 2E I have. And granted, I mean, having 340 is important, which is like 336. 4 tons doesn't sound like a lot, but it can save you trips over time. Really can. The other thing you can do to save space is to skimp on like your shield generator. It's like rather than having Boosters. I'm running an A5. If I would drop that down to a 4. Yeah, if I drop it down to a 4, I could add another 16 cargo spots. But if I get jumped, I have almost no chance of surviving. However, if the system is like literally completely green to me, totally different story. Totally different story. How much money do I have at the moment anyway? I don't even remember. 2.6 billion. That's fine. It's enough to make a large ship if I want to make one. Like an Imperial Clipper or something. Alright. Just slow down. Wow, that's touchy. Yeah, whenever I put on this planet, it's gonna be like everything that Health Prospect's basically gonna be producing. Because it's right next door. So I have to, whatever it is, I have to make sure that it's something I want produced on Health Prospect. It's important that you do that. Boost our way into orbit. Listen, this particular size section, these little outposts, there's no reason they can't have a large pad. Now, don't get me wrong. It would basically double that size to have one large pad. But I think it'd be worth the price. In both weight and resources. If you could customize it to have one large pad. Like extend the ship out, the station out, like top bottom. Alright, so ship services, station services. Let's see here. Start with the mission board. See if they have anything useful. Yeah, sure. Let's put the credits down. Put the credits down. Okay. I have design choices for the facility, though. I don't know if I had that before. I need paint jobs. No, cancel. I just want to look. No, cancel. Red's pretty sharp. Kind of like some of these. They're expensive. I like the green. I'd totally do the name. Totally do the green. I like the gold one too. Blue's pretty nice. But they're 6,000. Which is not bad. But, you know, it is a little pricey. So we look at our commodities. Liquid oxygen, they've got... Dude, I could have gotten liquid oxygen here. And I've had to use the smallest ship, but... That would have been... They had lots of it. And I have polymers in system now. So with semiconductors and superconductors here in system. Service stabilizers. Evac shelters, not a lot, but we do have evac shelters. Agri-medicines. That's nice. Aluminum's 13,000. That's enough to actually finish this off. Cobalt. Again, tons of cobalt. I need to send my stuff off, though. Hold on. Not bad. 1.5 million profit. Okay, back up. Steel. Only 7,000 steel, which is not enough to finish this up today. But that's a lot. Titanium, that's a lot. Jesus. Animal monitors, aquatic systems, fabricators, landing systems. Okay, so totally serious. Even without the news station online, ground station, this is a game changer. So grab our aluminum. Say thank you, sir. Find our hub. Wait. Yeah, find her. I want to see something quick. Okay, so I can't do that here. I don't have ship services. But if I re-rig this thing for if I redo this for the short haul, so we put it with the smaller shield, or if nothing else, just give it the auto cruise. That would be amazing. So what I'll do is I'll actually go back to the other one, because that's a complete game changer. Complete game changer. Because it's all local. Now granted, it's half the cargo. So making twice as many trips. But with it being in system, it's amazing. And it's only 2 light seconds away. So we're talking what? 2 minutes, 3 minutes round trip? 5 if I take my time. Once I get the autopilot on board. Told you, once you actually start getting stuff in the system, be fine, but gotta get it in the system. And we now have a lot of it in system. It's just a matter of having the ship set up for it. What was that? I think I bumped the high-speed super cruise while I was too close to the planet, so I bounced off the mass shadow. So as that's cooling off, I'll be right back. Turn my AC down just a little bit. It's humid. And I'm not a huge fan of the house being humid. Yeah, I just noticed that. It's part of why I'm not a big fan of losing my my shields. So you're gonna have people try to attack you. So I think what I'll do is I will get the autopilot for the Super Cruise up and running on this ship. And then go from there. That'll make us happy. I mean, like I said, I lose 4 tons of cargo, but having the auto super cruise will make this ferry job so much easier. Because I don't have to worry about bouncing off the atmosphere as hard. Because that put me into orbit and I just have to land. For some strange reason, none of the autopilots will do planetary landings. Don't know why. Hi. Shit, he was awful close to my bumper. It's okay. It's fine. We're good. Alright. Dump the aluminum. And it takes us down to 5854. And we want to go back to Hughes. Because we want to make a change to the equipment on the ship. Which means I need Hughes. Get us in orbit. Music stopped. Maybe that's too quiet to hear. That sounds like a migraine. I don't want a migraine. Get off the planet to the surface. Now we can pull over here. There you go. Issues. Now we're running empty, so it doesn't matter. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We have everything we need to finish this station up in system. With the exception of some steel. But I do make it in system now, so it's gonna be real quick. The only problem is that it's on my outpost, not my big station. So in order to have hues generate refined steel and stuff, I'm going to need another refinery in orbit with it, so it actually is actually getting what it needs. And I think I can make that pretty quick, to be honest. Those are pretty small. And I could probably do it with what I have in system, for the most part. Because we do have everything but MMC right now. Now once we get this ground station done, we may have MMCs too. Which means we'll be able to do everything in system. Now granted, it's with the smaller freight transports. But if I can get a second industrial over here for refining, that'll change the name of the game. We just need to get a refiner up here by our extractor. And that'll take care of a lot of issues. I just gotta figure out what I need to do for a refiner in space. I know mineral extractors. I got one of those in the system. Got a mining ship, and I've got a this one here, which is extraction. But since I'm gonna need a refiner associated with this ship, or associated with this station, it's gonna be another facility. I'm gonna have to put in. However, if I prefer this to be high tech, then we're not gonna need a refiner. Except for, like, building stuff. And yeah, we kind of care about building stuff, so. If you want to do it with the large ship, we're going to need a refiner with the station here. In order to So space refineries. We want one nearby. A be built. A slot 2, A slot 1. If I want to do this, I want to do a construction here. But I want a refinery. Not one of those. No, doesn't look like we can have refineries in space. They're ground-based. Only. Okay. Board choices. We want to change our build out real quick. Want to do outfitting. So what you want to do is you want to add Supercruise module. Now, to be fair, it might be more interesting, but okay, so I want optional internal. Planetary approach suite, yes. Dock. Okay, so here's the one that I have. This is the one we want to. It's a replaceable module. I don't care. What I want is flight assist, super cruise assist. That's what I want. Yep, buy and equip that. And then stored modules. Internal optional cargo racks. Do I have it too? Yeah, I got 2. Okay, so I did store. Okay, just gotta make sure we got a 2E in storage. So I don't have to buy one. Not that it matters. But curiosity, what do we actually make in this system? AFMS. Because that's when 8E. Good golly. Cargo racks. 6E. It's not too bad. Quick throttle inputs out to 5D. FSD interdictors. Out to a 4D. I'm sorry. 4D, not 3C, but 4D. It's not too bad. We have our flight assist scoops. 8E, 7D. That's not fantastic, but that's not bad. Let's see here. Fuel tanks. Only up to a 5C. It's one of those things I'm curious about because I don't get to see look at this very often. 5D. Looks like 5D's where a lot of stuff stops. Which kind of makes sense because our system isn't fully industrialized yet. 4C. Let's see, planetary vehicles, 6H. Wow. I don't know, is that a 6H? That's actually huge. It's a huge landing craft. Let's see, prospecting limpets, not too shabby. recon limpets. Again, not too shabby. But again, what you'd expect. Onboard refineries. 4D. We're up to 2A though. Those are huge. Bin count 8. Bin count 5. So yeah, it's like a 2A is way better than a 4D. That's crazy. But yeah, no, we have good refiners. It's not fantastic refineries, but you know, it's like everything else around here. Everything's pretty solid. So like, I can go up to a 4C. Now, a 4C isn't great. If I was going to downgrade from my 5, going down to a 4 would be, 4C would be really bad. Even a bi-weave would still be bad. That's service scanners. It's not bad. I mean, it's good for hard pots. Let's see. Beams. Burst lasers. Like it only goes up to 3. 6 speed's the highest speed we have. 5, it's 2s, some 1s. Yeah, we need more industrial manufacturing to bring more or less stuff online. So if we actually go high tech and a lot more stuff, we'll actually be able to pick up more stuff. It's the way it works. Like a lot of this stuff only goes up to like, ooh, 60. Yeah, 5D, 60, you know. It's about as far as it goes. But if we push our tech level up, like I'm thinking about doing, we'll be able to get some more advanced ships. So right now, Diamondbacks, Type 6 Dolphins, Keelback Asps, Type 7s. I got Type 2s in system now. I got Type 9s in system now. That's beautiful. I didn't have those a couple weeks ago. We only went to, what was it, somewhere around here? The Asp Type 7? And now we're up through Type 9s? That's crazy. So I could actually buy a Type 9 and build a mining Type 9 in system. It would be great, but I could do it. But all of the more expensive ones, technology-wise, we don't have yet. And I'm not going to have like the Alliance stuff or the other faction stuff, the other faction ships, unless I actually get a faction down here. But I can get to an Anaconda. Wouldn't be able to get anything else. Some of the alliance ships maybe, but it'd be fun to get a hold of some of those in system. But to do that, we're gonna need some more high-tech stuff. Which means we're gonna need to build more stations. Which now we can do because we have our new module. So, well, hold on. If we're gonna do a trip back over, let's check the mission. Not cargo. I don't have those. I do have personal transports. It's not bad. Sightseeing trips. Do some touristy stuff. Some sightseeing adventures. Come out of here. Not the ones that I like. These are the ones I prefer. Group transports are way better. They're worth more in the short range. That being said, we don't have as many of them right now. Donate polymers. Tea. See, this I actually could do in system. Because I actually have those. So does the other station. But I do have them. Alright. Ditch that, ditch that. Commodity market. Since I'm already here, I might as well grab this one. And go ahead and make ourselves about 1 million. Yeah. Let's get ourselves over to Health Prospect. Go ahead and mark that. Yeah, see, all of my stations allow for black market. Yeah, for smuggling and black market stuff. Ooh! That wasn't me. I was not driving. I didn't do it. Now I'm driving. But that wasn't me. Yeah, no kidding. And then use the super cruise assist. That's what the four tons of cargo. The 4 random tons of cargo is like nada. Not important. It really isn't important. You only have 4 tons of cargo? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But now that we know that we can do all of this locally, I'm going to be able to burn through some stuff real quick. Not tonight. I'm going to dump this over at Health Prospect and call it a day. But I'll be able to ferry all the materials I need real quick. If I have some time tomorrow or this weekend, what I'll do is I'll start moving over to that cargo to try and get some estimates on time to go back and forth. See about how long it takes me to do a round trip. Because if I can do a round trip faster than 15 to 20 minutes. It'll do 2 round trips faster than 15 to 20 minutes. Then, which it should be. It'd be worth it. So this system over here is going to be all manufacturing, high tech, so on and so forth. The other side of the system, the other star, is going to be mostly tourism. And it's still gonna have all of its non-tourism facilities are still gonna be high-tech based. Because that's what we're going for. And this is so much easier to dodge people who wanna interdict me. Than the other ship. The big T9 is like super hard on that. It's really hard to lose them. Because it's not very maneuverable for its weight. But this ship is. I don't know. We'll have to see. I might have to put another large station in orbit around some refineries. So I can use the larger ships. Well, the ground station over there, though, that I'm building, that one might do a lot of refinery. Because it's got an industrial refinery nearby. So if that's the case, then I don't need a space station. I'll just need a to deal with the planet. And don't get me wrong, I'd rather do space to space, but doing the planet's not that bad. It's a lot easier than going out of system. At least in my opinion, anyway. Staying intra-system makes it a lot faster. Yeah, alright. Let's sell off this material and call it a day. What's this system, this actual station configured as? Hold on. Now I'm kind of curious. I pull up Hughes. It's got 1 military, 2 extraction, high tech, and 1 refinery. Those are all weak. But the military is strong. That's over here. Versus this one, which has no strongs, but has 2 extractions, a high-tech, a refinery, and a military. I want to know what I can do to get this guy over here. Colonial. 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 Extraction. Colonial. Colonial. So that's nothing useful. If I give it an outpost, commercial, industrial, commercial, criminal, scientific, military. I want system information. I want to know more about these outposts. So this one would build cargo commodity. Industrial would be processing, refining. Civilian. Scientific would be high tech. Military is military. Civilian is like population and such. Installation. You give me nothing of value. You give me nothing of value except they give me more high tech, but I can do high tech better elsewhere. That is agricultural. Wrong part of the system. Contraband. Extraction. High tech. That's military. That's military. That's nothing. High tech. High tech. Tourism. And the boss tourism. So yeah, wrong section. So there's really not much I can do to give this more mining, refining, but what was on this planet again? Frito relay. Don't remember what you are. Niche population, total population. That one's, I think, a refinery. This one here, I don't remember what you are. Not helpful. Yeah. I'm gonna have to sort out what I want to do with some of these. Because, like, this year I want to have focused mostly on tourism. Just because I think it'd be fun to have a more tourist-based system, especially with the terraformable planet over here. One of these is terraformable. I forget which. Listen here, the spot is capable of being terraformed. But we can't terraform planets yet. So, if you let us terraform them, that'd be great. So one day I'll be able to terraform that and actually have a terraformed world. Which would be amazing. But in any case, we're gonna call it a day. And I'll do some more transporting later and figure out what that's gonna look like. So thank you for dropping in if you did. I do apologize if you just came in and I'm leaving. I will be back tomorrow with probably Warhammer 40k Martyr. But I may change my mind. But drop in, let me know what you think, and I will see you then.